It's necessary. I'm going to start off like that because the bullshit that I've got to deal with today, I mean, listen, I can take it, but it doesn't mean that I have to like it. It doesn't mean that I have to want to. It doesn't mean that I have to sit idly by and be quiet while people are lying, misrepresenting, misconstruing on purpose while trying to get me fired over some stuff they're trying to portray and insinuate that I said. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Straight Shooter with yours truly, Stephen A, coming at you, as I love to do. My POTUS show is every Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. over the airwaves of SiriusXM, POTUS Radio Channel 124. Mondays and Fridays, for the most part, is when I step out on my own and I do stuff on my YouTube channel, and that's what I'm doing right now. Because apparently I'm in the middle of a latest controversy, which comes with the business. I understand it. In the age of YouTubes, with algorithms, with bots, and all of this other stuff going on, people are looking for headlines, and obviously they're going to utilize people like myself and many others to do just that, to keep themselves relevant or just to talk shit and to just act like, you know what, they're poly purebreds while the rest of us are everything but a child of God. It's ridiculous. This latest incident or situation involves the shooting of this woman in Minnesota. Of this woman in Minnesota who was gunned down by an ICE agent, okay? And because she was murdered, obviously there's a lot of stuff going on. There's protests in the streets of in the streets of Minnesota. Police force is there in droves. ICE agents are still there. The FBI is investigating the situation. The governor, former vice presidential candidate Tim Walz, is basically demanding, or at least strongly requesting, that the FBI allow local officials in Minnesota to be involved in the investigation because the mayor of Minneapolis and the governor of Minnesota don't necessarily trust this Trump administration, which none of us can blame them for. If you look at the rhetoric being spewed from Kristi Noem, for Homeland Security, being spewed by the vice president, J.D. Vance himself, not to mention what Trump said the other day in his tweet or in his post on his Truth Social platform. You can't blame people for having reservations or feeling the way that they feel. I understand it. That's the American way. That's the way it goes. But some of this stuff that's going on, I'm just not going to be quiet about it. Now, to be very, very clear, did you see the headline from the New York Post about me? In case you haven't seen it, let me show it to you right now, because the New York Post, okay, which obviously in its own way caters to right-wingers. What do they say? Stephen A. Smith calls Minnesota ICE shooting, quote, completely justified, end quote, from a lawful perspective. Okay, no, fine. This is about Renee Nicole Good, the 37-year-old woman who I later learned is a mother of three that was gunned down, shot in the head by an ICE agent. Now, I'm not saying that quote is inaccurate. I'm saying it's incomplete. It's amazing to me how people leave stuff out. That's on purpose. That's on purpose. And it ain't just to grab headlines, it's to paint a picture, in this case, of me, acting as if this woman getting gunned down, well, you know something, she deserved it. That's how you're trying to paint it. That's how you're trying to paint it, which is not what I said. which is not what I said.
She deserved it.
But people are going to act like they did anyway. And then you got somebody like my former colleague at ESPN, Keith Olbermann, with this damn post, wherever the hell it was. By the way, speaking of a lot of people who actually built the place, it's time for ESPN to fire Stephen A. He is now damaging the brand in a way his on-air cartoon character could never approach. Cartoon character? This is by somebody who uses a cartoon or an animated version, you know, for his avatar, as his handle or whatever it is, to hide how the hell he really looks. With his pot-bellied ass walking around with a poodle, acting like they're more dogs are more important than human beings. That's this guy, and he popping stuff about me. Keith Olbermann, I'll deal with his ass in a second. But before I do that, let me say, or let me show you rather, what exactly it was I said. I said it on my own platform, on POTUS Radio. I said it on my YouTube channel. But this was me with Bill O'Reilly and Chris Cuomo on Chris Cuomo's show, Cuomo, on News Nation this past Wednesday night. I want y'all to watch what Bill O'Reilly said and then watch and hear exactly what I said in response. Please take a listen to this.
It's whether or not the guy had to shoot her in the head to avoid being hurt himself.
Well,
that is the legal question. And then there's the bigger question of why he was even in Minnesota.
Look, I'm going to leave that to the jury or wherever it comes or investigates, Cuomo, because I wasn't there and I don't know.
Here's where I'm disappointed, Bill. Here's where I'm disappointed, Bill, in your response. So you can have an opinion about her, but you can't have an opinion about the officer, even though you've seen the video numerous times. You've seen the video. I've watched it 10 times.
I can't put myself in his shoes.
Okay, no, I didn't say put yourself in his shoes. I'm just talking. Now, hold on, Chris. I'm not telling you to put yourself in his shoes, Bill. I'm telling you that you have been in this business for decades, and I've seen countless times where you've evaluated something based on what you saw, and you've deduced a conclusion, not legally, but you've deduced a conclusion, whether right or wrong, as it pertains to what you saw on video. So to say that you can have an opinion about her, but you can't have an opinion about the officer, the ICE officer, makes no sense to me.
I think it's irresponsible to do that.
Okay.
Because I don't know the state of mind of the man when a vehicle is coming at him. It's irresponsible to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Okay, I'm coming to you. Let me be irresponsible. She, like you said, was wrong. The ICE officer is in front of you. You got one on the side. You got an officer in front of the vehicle. She had no business being in that position. It was irresponsible. She definitely provoked a situation she had no business doing. And I'm not here to support sanctuary cities either. So I agree with you on that, Bill O'Reilly. What I'm saying is this, from a legal perspective, because she took off in the car, okay, we know he's not going to get prosecuted. We know that the officer is not going to be held accountable for it. Now I'm touching on your humanity. And I'm talking about the officer. You moved aside. You had to pull out your gun and shoot her in the head. You couldn't shot the tire. You couldn't have made sure she couldn't get away. A 37-year-old woman, she wasn't coming down the street going 90 miles an hour. She was stationary, she was still, and then she took off. So you had to move out the way as she was taking off, okay? And you shoot her in the head? So, there you have it. To reiterate, let me be very, very clear about what my position is. I am a black man, born in the streets of New York City and raised in them as well. One of the things that I religiously preach about is that when the police pull you over, roll down all your windows and put your hand on the steering wheel. And make sure you obey law enforcement, because the objective is to get out of that situation and make sure you make it home. We know the issues involving brutality on the part of police officers. We know historically the kind of things that we've talked about when it pertains to black folks and the police and law enforcement overall. So I'm always going to be of the consistent position, no matter what your ethnicity or gender is, in the moment, When you are dealing with armed law enforcement officials, you obey their orders so you can make sure you get home safely. Renee Good did not do that. She did not do that. There was an ICE officer standing in front of her vehicle, one on the side, them requesting that she get out of her vehicle. She backed up in an effort to try to get away, but backed up before moving forward in an effort of trying to get away. And then you have people like the vice president or Kristi Noem for Homeland Security talking about how, you know what, it was an act of domestic terrorism. That is ridiculous. I said that too. That is ridiculous. You know what I said, ladies and gentlemen? If you could move out the way, you could have avoided shooting her in the head. And you also could have shot the tire. You are a trained officer. Don't tell me that you could do all of that. You could get out of the way, but you could not avoid shooting her in the head. Where was your humanity? That's what I said. I said that Wednesday. I said it Thursday. I'm saying it today. Even though we understand, because he's law enforcement and she didn't get out of her vehicle and she tried to escape, therefore from a legal perspective, because of the act of taking off in her motor vehicle, the motor vehicle is viewed as a weapon. In all likelihood, legality is on his side. And then they're bringing up how somebody dragged him down the road a year ago and harmed him and stuff like that. So he might have been traumatized by this whole situation. I'm saying from a legal perspective, it's on his side because he is law enforcement. He was trying to enforce the law federally and she ignored it. And in the process of doing so, took off, almost ran him over, at least in their eyes, and he shot at her. They're not going to prosecute him. I did not say he was justified, as in morally, as in ethically, as in his own humanity, because that woman should still be alive. Where's your humanity that you have no problem, no compunction whatsoever, pulling out your pistol and shooting at her multiple times and hitting her in the head and killing her? A mother of 3, 37 years of age. How could you do that? How could you do that? She wasn't pointing a gun at you. Why would you do that? I said that too. And then you hear reports about him calling her an effing B after he shot her.
Yep.
Because now you're hearing those reports, and apparently there's video that's saying that. I haven't seen it. That's what I'm being told. That's my point.
Fucking hit him. What
On one hand, she had no business being in that position. She had no business driving off. And as a result, from a legal perspective, he's going to be justified. But it doesn't make him morally, ethically, or humanly right, because he's not. What's the problem? On a far more innocuous level, let me remind y'all that just months ago, when I was on TV, because Tyreek Hill, star wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins, got pulled over and ultimately dragged out of his car right outside the stadium before a Miami Dolphins game, I sat up there and said, you're lucky you're alive. Because when he was pulled over by the police, he wouldn't roll down his window. He opened the door and said, hold on, and closed the door without the windows being rolled down. And the police opened the door and snatched his ass out of there and said, you don't tell us what to do, we tell you what to do. Knowing that you're dealing with law enforcement, ain't the objective to get home safe and to fight another day? It's wrong for me to point that out and to highlight that reality? Evidently, it is, according to a whole bunch of folks on the left, progressives, and especially and specifically Mr. Keith Olbermann. First, let me say this about the New York Post, relatively right-wing in its own way. That headline was misleading. Because even though I said what you said I said on the headline, that wasn't all that I said. And to paint a picture, oh, he agrees with us, meaning folks on the right, or like the vice president, or like Kristi Noem. No, I wasn't. I don't agree with them because they're acting like it's morally, ethically, and humanely justified. I'm talking legality when I'm talking justification. Nothing else. Everything else about it is wrong, inhumane, morally and ethically wrong. Period. That's my position. But you're trying to paint a different picture. And I don't appreciate that. Not with something this serious. I don't appreciate that at all. I know what I said. And people in this day and age with their bots, their algorithms, and everything else just parse out stuff and just leave stuff out that you want to leave out because it doesn't make for a more salacious headline. Thank God I got my own platforms to address bullshit like this. Now let me get to Keith Olbermann. And I want to say this about Keith Olbermann. I'm sick of your pathetic ass. I really, really am. You're a 66-year-old barely with any friends. Who the hell knows what's going on in your life? And all you do is sit back, and the second you disagree with somebody, you pop shit. You, of all people, you, Keith Olbermann, literally trying to get me fired? It's time for ESPN to follow Stephen A. He's hurting the brand. He's bad. He's damaging the brand. What? Cartoon character? Who looks more like a cartoon character than you? Keith Olbermann, you can't run 5 feet with your fat self. And I'm not talking about fat people. I'm talking about Keith Olbermann. You can't run 5 feet. You've been walking around with a cane, exercising melodrama every chance you get. All you do is make enemies. You napalm bridges all the time, including ESPN. And you got the nerve to talk about me? You think I'm going to... How many times? I want y'all to know, ladies and gentlemen, I've been in this business since 1994. I have never uttered a negative syllable about Keith Olbermann. Ever. Keith Olbermann is one of the greatest talents we have ever had in the history of sports television, if not television overall. An unbelievably, exceptionally gifted writer and commentator who is nothing short of exceptional at what he does. So why does he have to resort to being seen on YouTube and barely anywhere else? Because nobody wants him. Because he's a raw pain in the ass. That's why. Let's count the list. You know, Keith Olbermann, 1997, still a member of ESPN. He's suspended by ESPN. Why? Because he called Bristol, Connecticut, you know, when asked by Craig Kilborn, our former colleague, or his former colleague, because I wasn't there at the time, asked to name the most godforsaken place in the East. Keith Olbermann said Bristol, Connecticut, which of course is ESPN headquarters. Brass wasn't amused. He was suspended 2 weeks, all right, before apologizing and acknowledging in a 2002 Salon essay about his ESPN exit how he couldn't handle the pressure of working in daily long-form television. And added that the worst part was that he didn't realize he couldn't handle it at the time and acknowledged that he burned bridges with ESPN management. Let's transition. Still in the 90s, when he went over to Fox Sports and News Corp, getting fired by Rupert Murdoch, who called him crazy. This is Rupert Murdoch calling somebody else crazy. Okay? That's what he said. And why would he do that? Because in the late 90s, Olbermann joined Fox Sports and Fox baseball coverage. He said he was fired after reporting that Rupert Murdoch's company was considering selling the Los Angeles Dodgers, something his boss, Rupert Murdoch, allegedly didn't want aired. Murdoch told the New York Times he fired Olbermann and called them crazy, which ultimately other people would do. Let's go over to MSNBC. How about 2000? When he sat up there and created non-necessary drama and what have you. November 2010, Politico revealed that Olbermann had made $7,200 in personal donations to 3 Democratic candidates, including former Rep. Raul Grijalva, without getting prior approval from NBC News. Violating a policy against such contributions by on-air talent, MSNBC suspended him without pay. He returned after a couple of days, read a statement that did 2 things. Apologized to viewers, but also swiped at MSNBC's management. He told his audience he wanted to, quote, apologize to you viewers for having precipitated such anxiety and unnecessary drama. He argued that the network's rules were inconsistently applied, saying he mistakenly violated an inconsistently applied rule. Didn't apologize to NBC News itself, which several outlets at the time noted as anti-apology. And then he says, I am not a liberal, I am an American. Meanwhile, during the 2000s, his nightly special comments against the Bush administration, later on the GOP, helped define MSNBC's left-leaning brand, according to many, many reports. But he insisted he wasn't just a partisan voice. He's not a liberal, he's an American. Let's go over to him talking about the war. We are at war with Russia. Post MSNBC, he launched the Resistance video series for GQ after Donald Trump's first election. We're at war with Russia. He argued that the U.S. was no longer, quote, a sovereign nation in any meaningful sense, rhetoric that critics said was hyperbolic, but perfectly in line with the apocalyptic tone of his Trump-era commentaries. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Now you got this, Current TV, mutual accusations, and a $50 to $70 million lawsuit. Olbermann claims after his abrupt 2011 exit from MSNBC took down Countdown to Current TV. Olbermann took Countdown to Current TV, co-founded by Al Gore. It imploded fast, according to reports. April 2012, filed a lawsuit seeking, just 1 year after arriving there, filed a lawsuit seeking $50 to $70 million from Current, accusing the network of breach of contract and failing to live up to its promises about resources and production quality. In the complaint, published by The Hollywood Reporter and others, his side alleged that Current was, quote, incompetent, end quote, and had repeatedly breached his contract by not providing the agreed upon staff, technical quality, editorial support. Current TV's counterattack. They fired back. Olbermann failed to deliver on his contractual promises, engaged in serial and material breaches, including allegedly missing work, refusing to promote the network, and publicly undermining colleagues. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Ask MSNBC, ask ESPN, ask Fox. Same old, baby. Same old, but I ain't finished. They framed him as someone who sabotaged their efforts rather than being a victim of mismanagement. Both sides settled in 2013 with undisclosed terms. How about the Thon scandal involving Penn State? Remember that? When Olbermann had his show Olbermann on ESPN2, February 2015, Penn State supporter tweeted at him, "We are," with a link about Thon, the university's student-run pediatric cancer fundraiser, which had been raised over $13 million, and Olbermann replied in a single word, calling them pitiful. As more Penn State students and alumni pushed back, he escalated, calling some morons and repeatedly using pitiful to describe both them and the university's academics. How about the ESPN suspension and apology? Because the worldwide leader, my day job, condemned his comments as entirely inappropriate and suspended him for the rest of the week, pulling his show off the air. I can relate to suspensions. I was suspended because of the word provoke with the whole Ray Rice scandal. Remember that? I'm not immune to this. I ain't do this stuff. I wasn't intentionally and repeatedly insubordinate. Okay? Mistakes happen. This dude ain't mistakes. It's insubordination. It's disruption. It's an I don't give a shit attitude about anybody but what I feel and what I want. On Twitter, he walked back his comments, insisted he tried to finish the "We Are" chant sarcastically, but accepted responsibility. Later, ESPN declined his contract. How about what he talked about with Angel Reese? He called her a fucking idiot and classless because she was waving a gesture hand in front of Caitlin Clark, but said nothing about Caitlin Clark. Olbermann then posted a mea culpa. I apologize for being uninformed last night about the backstory on this bubble. So suddenly one of the most brilliant, geniuses in sports journalism is going to lean on the notion that he was unprepared in targeting Angel Reese, but not Caitlin Clark. Really? Really? We were born that night, not last night, bro. But this is Keith Olbermann. What about him when he went at Riley Gaines, who's a Republican? How he targeted her, a former swimmer at Kentucky, a prominent critic of transgender women competing in women's sports. On X, he quote tweeted Gaines and wrote, quote, "Can you address the reality and move past it? You sucked at swimming. That's why you lost." In another post, he called her a nasty, unsuccessful transphobe and highlighted that she was, quote, second team all conference. Riley Gaines responded by posting her SEC titles and her NCAA finishes and calling him an old man, while commentators from across the spectrum criticized Olbermann's remarks as sexist and needlessly personal. How about the MSNBC racist purges? Remember that? When you sitting up there and you tried to publicly urge Rachel Maddow, Chris Haynes, Lawrence O'Donnell, and others to protest a reshuffling of the lineup in early 2025 and warning that not doing so would make them complicit. So in other words, they got to do what you want them to do, otherwise they're complicit. They can't have a job. They can't have family fees. They can't have family members to take care of, huh? They got to do what you say. This is Keith Olbermann. This is Keith Olbermann. And of course he came after me with the whole Jimmy Kimmel scandal. Accused me of prostituting myself to the right wing. And again, the latest person he called an idiot. Because the only people that are smart in Keith Olbermann's world is himself, people he likes, his friends, or progressives. I could call him names, but I won't. Keith Olbermann's skills are not to be challenged. SportsCenter became SportsCenter because of him and Dan Patrick. ESPN, me and my success at ESPN, I ride on the shoulders of people like him, Dan Patrick, John Saunders, Stuart Scott, Craig Kilborn, Dick Vitale, Chris Berman, Chris Mortensen, God rest his soul. These people and what they've meant to the network, everything ESPN was, everything they became, all of us who followed benefit from it. We appreciate that. Until this dude wants to be an ass. You got the nerve to call for me to be fired? Why? If I said the stuff about Trump that you said about him, that you still say about him, that you said about George W. Bush, would you be saying it then? Ladies and gentlemen, at some point in time, would y'all please stop letting these people hide behind politics? I am a moderate. I'm not a MAGA guy. I'm not a right-wing guy. I'm not a left-wing progressive guy. I am a moderate. I voted for one Republican in my life. That's Chris Christie. I ain't scared to vote for one again. I didn't vote for Trump. I won't vote for J.D. Vance. Can't say what I'll do when it comes to Marco Rubio, because I actually like him. But I see Democrats on the right side. Josh Shapiro, Wes Moore. Those are my two favorites. So we know where I stand. But if you stand differently than me, I don't call you names, and I certainly don't call for you to be fired. Y'all need to wake up and understand, people like Keith Olbermann are the problem in America. They want you to march lockstep with their thinking. If not, you're all of these names he wants to call you. Never looking in the mirror, probably because he doesn't have time to walk to one. It'll take too long. That's how pathetic this guy can be. You want to talk about everybody else, but don't look at yourself. You want to pop mess about everybody else, but don't look at your resume. There are very, very few people on the planet that have napalmed bridges in their respective industry more than Keith Olbermann has done in broadcast journalism. No one, I repeat, no one would question his capabilities and greatness as a broadcaster. Everyone would tell you he's far more than different. At times, he seems a bit demented. But to sit up here and to use a headline and to use my position about Renee Good, God rest her soul, and to leave the other stuff that I left out, and to just point to the legality of the situation, and to act like that's justification for me to be fired, my man, that's pathetic. And let me say this too, ladies and gentlemen. I got a problem with a few people who used to work at ESPN, who will remain nameless, black and white. Because I can't stand when people have a problem with management, but you use talent to take out your feelings about how you really, really feel about the network, who no longer wants you. We didn't do that to you. We ain't got nothing to do with it. I could go into details about every single person that used to work at ESPN that I got an issue with. In details, I can tell you what their real issues are and how they use other as scapegoats to disguise and hide behind what their real problem is, but I ain't gonna do that because that's none of my business. I will tell you, it ain't cool. It's not right. I have never said a negative syllable about Keith Olbermann, even though I always felt he was a sick ass. I've never said a word about it. Not one word. Not one word. But the utmost respect for his talent and his genius as a broadcaster. Evidently, life is hard because nobody wants to hire you because they don't like you. Because you don't know how to get along. You don't know how to be considerate of somebody other than yourself. You don't know how to be the kind of person that, hey, I can get along with you. Wasn't it you just last September that sat up there looking at CNN analyst Scott Jennings talking on CNN? And when Jennings had criticized Disney's handling of Kimmel and the Kirk situation, it was Keith Olbermann who responded in one post, quote, "You're next, motherfucker. You're next, MFer." That's what Keith Olbermann posted. Jennings posted screenshots and tagged the FBI, arguing that this looked like a threat. Olbermann later had to issue a limited apology, saying the phrase had been misinterpreted and that he meant Jennings would be next to lose a media job. I didn't do anything like that. I've never done anything like that. At the end of the day, somebody who's an idiot, that's what you called me, somebody who's all these heinous things, have jobs and you don't. Because I might not have your skill set, but at least I have decorum. At least I have class. At least I have decency. What about you? What about you? This man is a zealot on the left-wing side and has proven it everywhere he goes. He's also somebody who's loose. He ain't all there. Brilliant. He ain't all there. And clearly somebody allergic to looking in the mirror, because when you tweet out that somebody is damaging to a brand, who would know that better than you? So it is to be taken seriously if you didn't have such a god-awful track record of being more damaging to a brand than arguably anybody in this industry's history. You got some nerve. You really do. But that's all I have to say about you for now. Just know, ain't nobody scared of your ass. People coming to the right place when they want to come at me. I don't have a problem with this. I go back and forth anytime I want to, and I ignore stuff 99% of the time because I want to. Not because I'm hesitant or scared to do so. Trust me on that. But as it pertains to this situation, I felt compelled to speak up because I want you to know, I want to remind you of who I am. I'm not somebody that would see a woman get shot and act like it's justified. It wasn't. In my opinion, it was not. Legally speaking, you ain't gonna be able to do anything to the ICE agent. It's a sanctuary city. These people are defying federal law. As a result, ICE, who claims they've been demagogued and people have targeted them, and they have statistics according to them to show it, which has them on high alert and apt to defend themselves quicker than they're apt to do anything else. It's given them the justification, particularly with this administration in office. As the vice president pointed out, it gives them the justification to act the way that they're acting. But they're not morally right. They're not ethically right. Humanely, they are not right. They were wrong. That officer, that ICE agent was wrong to kill that woman. You did not have to do that. Period. But she wasn't right either to be in that position. I would say that to anybody who defies law enforcement, particularly when they're armed. The objective is to get out of the situation safely to fight another day. You're not going to hear me sounding like the vice president sounded. We know what he said. Essentially, that she put herself in harm's way. And that's what should be highlighted and what the ICE agents are having to endure, not the consequences that ultimately transpired. Needless to say, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, Democratic representative out of New York, had a completely different take, specifically aimed against the Vice President of the United States. Listen to what she had to say.
That's okay.
There's nobody in there. Huh? There's nobody in there.
Who you live with?
I live with my mom. I just came over here to see what was going on.
Your mom live with who?
My mom live in Riverdale. Nobody's inside. I just came to see what was going on over here.
That's a lie. Straight up, who's inside?
Nobody's inside. I swear.
You sure who's inside?
I'm sure no one's inside.
Open the door.
And you can stand outside. We're gonna check the apartment.
Nobody's inside.
Stay right here. Show me police. Show me police.
The people outside.
Hey, there was that male in that parking garage. I think it's medium to short, medium to long dreads, just standing back by there. He was just standing there, but I don't know. Should probably
Hurt herself in the process of destroying this property. I'm gonna check the call history.
So you gonna tell us what happened?
I just came over here to see what was going on, and I came into this, so yeah.
Who called you over here?
The people outside. My baby's father.
Hey, there was that mail in that parking garage.
And I came over here, and this was like this. So I'm like,
In that Mercedes?
I think it's medium to short, medium to long
Dreads.
dreads. Just standing back by there. He was just standing there, but I don't know if he's involved or anything. But
For her to say she came and seen what was going on, this definitely
why does she
somebody.
have blood on her back?
Let's look. You got an ID on you? What's your name?
You need an ambulance?
no, I'm okay. No. Yes.
She had blood on her clothes but denied any knowledge of the situation. However, officers noticed blood droplets on the floor, raising suspicions.
Is that hers?
Yes.
Hey, stop right there. Stay right there.
Oh no, it's blood dripping. Yeah. Who blood?
I'm not sure. I came over here, and this is this. And,
But it's on your back.
Yeah, I know.
So it's blood dripping, which you don't know what's going on, but it's on your back.
Yeah.
And it's on our hands as well. So, what the blood come on your hand? What did you touch?
I touched, it's something, I touched some glass in there, and it sliced my hand open like that. That was,
Yeah. Let's see if we can get property manager's information to identify who lives in that unit so we can figure out what's going on because
Through conflicting stories, a narrative began to form. The woman eventually admitted her baby father was bleeding and that there were other women present.
yeah, I stay here, but I don't stay here anymore, but my name is Mona Lisa over here.
I mean, it's either you live here or you don't. Or
I
it's either
live
you were
here.
here.
I don't,
So, let me
my
say-
name is Mona Lisa.
So listen, because what you're saying don't make sense, and I'm gonna tell you why it don't make sense. For one, you covered in blood. Two, we came here for a domestic dispute. That's your Impala or Chevrolet? That's right there? Okay. So I'm gonna ask you again, what happened with you and whoever was in that house?
Okay, so my name is Mona Lisa, but I came over here and all that was already happening. And
What you mean what was already happening?
what was in there? I don't know what happened. So whatever happened when I wasn't here, because they called me on the phone and I was on my way over here to see what was going on, and
So
he
who-
was bleeding.
Who was bleeding?
Christian
Who's Christian?
out there. He was bleeding.
Hey, so she's saying Christian, some guy out there. So yeah, the guy that's out there now.
He was bleeding, and he walked out here, and I touched some glass in there, and it cut my hand. And yeah.
So who is
and
Christian?
That's my baby's father.
It's here. She involved. He out there. So it must have been between both of them. They must have been arguing and going back at it. So he out there. Don't touch that door because it's got blood on it. So this is your apartment. You do live here.
No, I don't.
Y'all
I
must
live
have-
at my mother's house in Riverdale, but yeah, I was just.
So your baby daddy live here. So who did all that to the house?
I don't. He just had some girls over here. They just recently left.
What other females were here?
I'm not sure the girls. There was some other girls here. I'm not sure who the girls was, but they just left.
So what's your reason for coming over here?
Cause they called me over here because some.
Who is they?
My baby father.
So he called you over here for what?
It was some. I guess it was some.
No, he called you up for what? You just don't
Because
call
there was
him.
something going on. Obviously.
What was going on?
I guess it was some argument.
What was, and you came to do what?
To see what was going on.
So you came to see what was going on, because he called you over
So
here.
how close were you when they called you?
Probably like 20 minutes away.
This just was going on.
No, this just happened.
So who were the girls when you got here?
I'm not sure who the girls were.
But what did they have on? How many was it?
It was two girls. Not really sure what they had on. I think it's some flip flops in there actually. I'm not sure exactly what they had on. because it was like I was coming and they was going.
So y'all never stopped and said anything?
Hold on.
No.
Just keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
No.
Her ex-partner's friend confirmed a little party with 2 girls, further complicating the story.
What's up, man? What's your first name?
Jaquan.
Naquan what?
Jaquan.
You got your ID on you?
Yeah.
Did you hear anything recently go down, or? I know you've been sending her for a minute.
Yeah. My friend and them got the argument, but
What's your friend's name?
Christian.
Okay, that's why you chilling here, because you wouldn't to pick him up?
Nah, I just wanted to make sure he was straight. But I'm really just sitting here waiting to figure out which one of my girls I'm gonna go pull up on. Honestly, I'm just texting.
I got you, bro. Okay. So where's Christian at right now?
I honestly don't know.
Because you know there's blood all over that hallway.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know. Like, I called him, they ain't answer. His girl, well, his baby mama done pulled off. It was baby mama drama. Baby mama done pulled off. I'm like, I ain't got.
Were they in the room together, or were they in the apartment together at one point?
I mean.
Or did she just pull up to a vacant apartment? Who lives here?
My boy Hutch. My boy Christian.
Christian, okay.
Yeah. But goddamn, when she pulled up, well, it was with 2 girls. So when they pulled up, I just walked out the room with the 2 girls. But the 2 girls left their shoes and their purse, so I had to go in. When I went in, I did see them chasing each other.
So both of y'all live here?
I don't live here.
Or you just stay? Here from time to time?
No, I just was here with my boy Hush because we just came from me and drink.
This is Christian?
Yeah, no, this ain't his. Okay.
So what a dude that was in the back seat?
Okay, so what else? So you walk in, grab the purses. What else do you see?
A whole bunch of stuff on the ground, like flour.
Christian was inside. Who was chasing who?
No, baby mama was chasing Christian.
With what? Just open hands with what?
I ain't see all that. They was just chasing each other.
Okay, where's Christian at? Because it'd be really helpful if he could let us know what's going on.
I really don't know. I called him, he ain't answering.
You said he was in the back seat?
He was in the back seat. Had on red and black. He was in the back seat. When we pulled up,
I don't know where he went. Like, that's what I'm saying.
What way did he walk?
I guess you say, I don't know, that way. I'm telling you. Like,
all right, bro. You're gonna look. There's blood on your car. Now I gotta tow your car. You want me to tow your car?
There's blood on my car.
There's blood on your car. You see what I mean?
I'm saying, so what y'all want me to say?
I need Christian back here so we can know what's going on.
Undeterred by her initial claims, the officer returned to question the woman further. However, her story remained unchanged. She insisted she was called to the apartment by her baby father, who was apparently involved in an argument.
Report.
Okay.
You're gonna be honest with me, okay? What happened?
Okay, so I came. Well,
I don't want you to lie.
Okay. He called me on the phone.
Who's he?
Christian. He called me on the phone. My baby father. He called me on the phone. He was like, "It was some argument going on over here." So I came over here, and that was already like that. He was walking out. That's why I saw this blood trail. My hand is bleeding because I picked up.
You say he called because of what?
Because there was some argument going on over here. And I pulled up. It was 2 girls walking out. I don't know who they was. Don't know what they had on for real. But it was 2 girls walking out as I was walking in. He was walking
out from the apartment or walking? Do you know the 2 girls?
No, I don't.
They black, white, green?
I think it was black. Yeah, black. Yeah, he was walking out. That's why the blood is on the floor. And then y'all came.
Those females, they look like they were injured?
No, I don't think. I really didn't get no view of them. Because like I said, as I was coming.
You said they were black?
Yeah.
Or they weren't?
I didn't get no view of them. I didn't really get a view of them. So I'm not sure what they had on, what they looked like. They was probably maybe.
And which way they go?
Out this door.
Out the door, and you don't know where from there?
No.
Okay, after that?
He walked out.
Was he walking behind him?
No. He walked out, and that's why the blood trail.
And where were you at when he walked out?
I was walking out too, and then y'all came.
So you came here, two girls pulled out, they went towards the garage. When you came inside the hallway, was he walking out as well behind them, or he was still in the
No,
apartment?
he was still in the apartment.
So did you go to the apartment?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went. I would just.
So you went inside the apartment and you saw Christian inside.
Mm-hmm.
What was he doing?
Nothing. He was just standing there.
How did he look?
In distraught.
He looked what?
In distraught. In distraught. In distress. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Did he see blood on him? No blood.
I think he had some on his elbow. I think that's where that came from.
Was it a cut?
I'm not sure.
Was he wearing no clothes, or did he have no shirt? Or
Yeah, he had clothes on.
what was he wearing?
I think red pants and a white shirt. I think.
You know his full name, date of birth?
No, I don't.
How long you know Christian?
For like 7 years. For like 7 years.
How old is he?
25.
What kind of hair does he have?
Black hair.
Short, long, curly,
Box.
afro?
Box, curly box.
Tattoos?
No.
Skinny, tall, how tall is
He's skinny, about your height.
he? Okay, so he walked in, he was in distress. What happened?
And then that's when he walked out.
Did he say anything to you?
No. He just walked out, and I walked out as well. And then that's when y'all came.
So right before we came, where did he go? Did he go through the garage or the hallway?
I think he went through the hallway because the trail is going that way, right?
There's two trails.
Yeah, I think he was going this way, if I'm not mistaken.
Left?
Yeah, to
You know where he was going?
No. Thank you. Probably out the apartments, I'm not sure. Because you can go out the apartments that way.
Does he drive?
No.
Does he have no car?
No.
What's his phone number? How you get blood on you?
I picked up a glass in there, and it just cut my hand.
You sure?
Yeah.
And how did it get on your back?
I wiped my hands like this.
No, it's up here.
I don't know. It was a lot going on. I'm not sure how I got on my shirt. He probably touched me. I don't know.
Alright. What's your name again? Sharnese. You better be telling me the truth, okay?
For sure.
So you tell me, you lie to me, I can't help you out. Okay? Where do you live?
I live in Riverdale.
Finally, his friend called and urged him to return to the apartment complex to clarify the situation.
Hello? Well, you got 12 talking to me. You got the police talking to me. They talking about his apartment. So I'm just like,
Tell him he needs to show up.
I'm just like, I don't know. They tell me they gonna
Now.
they gonna tow my car. He's playing hard. Like, I ain't even got nothing to do. Like, what I'm doing. I don't know what you want and Shawty Pac. Huh? No, I'm not talking to them. I'm just like, I don't know where nobody went. I don't know, like, nothing for real. Like, I really don't. I'm trying to figure out, like, what dog I'm on. Like, I don't know what nobody is.
Huh? Yeah, I got his license. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run your name. All right? He needs to show up here before we start playing games. Okay?
I even doing. I'm just in the car.
You're a part of this investigation now. There's blood on your car. Christian was in your car. You saw him walk off. It is what it is. So you either have him show up as soon as possible, or you're gonna get further involved.
I'm saying,
Like now.
I'm just sitting in the car.
It don't, listen, you keep playing this innocent, I have nothing to do with it. You may not, listen, no. You may not have nothing to do with it, but yet he was sitting in the backseat of the car. You look like you got something to do with it. He on the phone with you. He was just in your car by the time we pulled up. Y'all seen us pull up. Look me dead in my eyes. He was sitting in your backseat behind you.
We're ripping.
She trying to feel like she ain't
I know she's involved.
She took 2 girls in the house. She pulled up.
Yeah, same thing he said. Basically, she was chasing him around.
Yeah.
We need him to have everything go the way it should be.
He needs to be here.
If he's a victim,
we need him here.
You hear me? If he's a victim of a crime, we need him to be present. Okay?
Hello.
Does she stay here with him?
I'm just visiting my boy.
She was saying she stayed with her mom in Riverdale, but then she turned around after I asked about the property company to get them on the phone to verify who live here. That's when she was like, "Oh, my name is on the lease, but I don't live here."
Well, she lives
you live here.
I'm saying, so you know what I'm saying?
No, y'all making this a bigger deal than it is, all right, Lamar? Okay, so have him show up now because there's blood on your car all over it.
Give him up. Okay. Christian. So he's not gonna answer.
Huh?
So he's not gonna answer. I'm pretty sure he ain't get far, but if we gotta come looking for you, then that's gonna be a whole nother story.
I'm gonna wait till the hospital. I got stabbed.
You got stabbed, but yet why did you leave when you saw us and you know we was coming for this situation? So why would you leave?
Anything on you that's gonna hurt us? You sure? Yeah, any weed, anything like that?
Okay, so why wouldn't you leave in the car you came with your friend? So who did you leave with? Huh?
She came in the spot. My cousin was already here.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin was already here, and she went in the spot through the TV. And she just started going on a rampage.
Why did she go on a rampage?
I don't know. She's going on a rampage of nowhere. Like I'm in my crib chilling. On the rampage.
So this is your house?
Yeah, like this both our house. Like her name on it. Like she like cold on the lease. Yeah, so like I'm chilling. I'm in there chilling, bro. Like she came in, threw the TV out the wall, like started going right. I'm like, why are you here? Like this is crazy. Like I can pull it back up and like I'm not tripping. Like I'm bleeding for real.
Yeah, I mean we can have EMS on the way here. It would have been a little faster if you would have. It would have been straight if it would have been better if you would have just stayed and we could have had EMS here and we could have kind of wrapped you up until they got here. I'm pretty sure they would have got here faster than, you going to the hospital because we need you on scene.
I'm telling you, I can pull back up.
Yeah, pull back up so we can talk to you because we just trying to get what's going on. Like, it's an investigation and you leave. And if you telling us you got stabbed, then we got to do our job. But if you leave while and not tell us, I mean, you saw us pulling up, so it's crazy for you to just leave like that.
Yeah, but like my job is here. I'll pull back up. I'm not tripping.
Yeah, pull back up, and then we'll have EMS. But I need to know if you really gonna pull back up and not just playing with us, telling us you gonna. Okay, how far are you?
Like 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, pull back up and we'll have EMS. And where did you get stabbed and what did you get stabbed with?
A knife.
She stabbed you with a knife?
Yeah, I'm bleeding to death.
Okay, yeah, just pull back up, we'll have EMS around. Alright. He coming, he said 2 minutes away, but
What Christian said?
Huh?
What Christian said?
Christian said he was in there. They pretty much was just chilling. She come in on some rampage stuff, start to knock the TV off the wall. He said he got stabbed in the hand, so.
She stabbed him?
She said, yeah. He said a knife.
You know, a knife?
Pink. I'm waiting on me. Huh?
Pink?
No, I don't know what kind of knife, don't know what color knife. He just said he got stabbed with a knife.
Inside the farm or outside?
He pulled it back up. So when he come back, see it and call EMS. But I want to make sure he's here.
You have your ID? Yeah, I already got it. Yeah, ready to stay. One deal.
You want me to get one? Who is her accomplice?
What you mean you've been over here with me? How this turn into a stabbing?
Just stabbing.
Over 2 girls? Ridiculous.
Her story kind of added up just the part that she chasing me.
Chilling, bro.
How she entered the apartment? She entered it? She just went inside, or was it locked?
Chilling. Next thing I know, it went from. She went in. It happened too fast. Like, she came in. She said, "Oh, y'all having fun?" She went to the TV. I ain't gonna lie. She ripped the TV down. That's probably the most I've seen her do. That and her chase him around. I did see
chase him around inside the apartment?
Yes, man. No. Like just outside the hallway.
So she went inside. She went straight to the TV. She damaged the TV. Is that it?
2 girls?
He finally returned to the scene with a stab wound on his hand.
You Christian? Yeah. What's good? Was you good?
Yeah, you stuck crazy.
You got any guns on you?
No.
Just double check.
Yeah, I got none on me. This is wild, bro.
What happened, bro? You got really fucked up.
Look, we are chilling, I swear to God.
Let's sit down over here.
Let me talk to you.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Where's the window, bro?
We're chilling in the house, right? I'm good, look, she's going crazy.
Okay, start from the beginning.
Look, we're chilling, look, the door open to my house, right? Like, this is my boy, his cousin. They in the house. I'm not gonna They in the house, right? So I'm gonna phone my cousin telling him, like, my girl, like, how, like, me, like, I really, like, I got caught up with a female. Right? My phone was I got a call with a female.
87. Not getting out here.
Okay.
She pulled up out of nowhere.
Who, your baby mom?
My baby mom, she pulled up out of nowhere, came in the house. They in there sitting on the couch. She threw the TV down. And after that, started going crazy, throwing my clothes across the balcony. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, just leave, bro, just leave. So I'm running for my life. She got the knife in her hand, accidentally like stabbed me. Boom.
She said what?
She stabbed me like she had a knife in her hand. He trying to get his stuff inside. Like, he trying to get her to leave. Like, she's coming in back and forth. I'm running around the thing. She stabbed me. Boom.
How many times?
Like once. And it caught me like right here. I'm bleeding. I'm calling. Like, my whole thing like bloody. Like.
So, did she stab you inside or outside?
Outside. Like, she was chasing me.
At what point she stopped chasing you?
Probably like I'm right here. I say like right here, like inside, like
close to your apartment.
The hallway. Yeah, like the hallway. So I'm running. And I'm like, bro, just leave me alone. She's, huh?
You want to talk to me? You call, right?
Yeah.
What we got?
I'm barely. I don't know. He just pulled up. I'm getting this side of the story. Okay.
Yeah, I got stabbed, bro.
Okay.
After I got stabbed, I'm telling her to leave, just leave. I'm like, why are you here? Like, she came. Yeah, I need you.
Okay. At what point did she stop chasing you?
She kept chasing me. Like, I'm just running. Like, I'm just running for my life over here.
So at what point did she stop?
Like, I ran right here. She went back in the house, destroying stuff. She threw my clothes over the balcony by the pool, like everything destroyed. They witnessed it first. Like, I went in there, they witnessed it. So I came outside. She came outside after she stabbed me. I was running around. Heard her right here. She went back in the house. She started destroying more stuff. I'm like, bro, just leave. That's it. I'm like, just leave, but that's it. Came out again, tried to stab me again. I'm talking about tried to stab me again. Okay. She tried to stab me again. I was like, and then I'm basically really running around. Like, I ran right here to the middle right here. Yeah. I ran right there. Boom. They here. They see this. Like, bro,
where were they at? Here in the parking lot?
Yeah, they was in the car. Like, she told me, I want.
Okay, so after she chased the first time, she went back to your apartment, right?
Yes.
And then you went back to your apartment?
No, I didn't go in.
So you were walking back?
Yeah, no, I was like going the other way, like.
And then she chased you again?
Chased me again.
With the
like,
knife?
Yeah, with the knife.
And then?
The whole time.
Okay, after that?
After the knife, I think, what happened after that? The same jump, like, after the knife jump, like, I'm talking right here, She's right here. I'm like, I'm finna go. Still standing. She went back in the house. She's like, I'm not done destroying stuff. I'm like, no, you really put about a nowhere.
Hey, Pastor.
2 females provided their accounts of the incident. Their statements were remarkably similar to others.
Literally, I just was only in there 5 minutes. Today's my birthday.
Okay, cool. Do me a favor, park your car and I'm gonna have to talk to you later, okay? You're not in trouble, okay?
I know, it's my birthday.
I understand, it'll be quick.
Okay.
Just hang out over here, alright? You got your IDs on you?
Oh, wow.
Just take a seat over here, boss. She'll bring you the paper so you can write it, alright? What exactly did you see? All of them.
So today is her birthday, so we came here. That's her cousin. Those are her cousins. I'm her best friend. So we came here like 11:50. A couple minutes to bring her birthday in over here before we went out. We were gonna go out tonight for her birthday, and yeah, we were just chilling there. The clock had just hit 12 o'clock, and we were making videos saying happy birthday, blah blah blah. And then his child's mother or whatever came in the house, and she just said, "Oh, y'all are having fun?"
Yeah, we were.
She said, "Oh, y'all having fun?" And she just went up to the TV, started yanking the TV off the wall. And then as soon as we saw her doing that, we ran out. We ran to our car, and we sat in the car to make sure he was okay.
Okay.
And we stayed, and like she literally had a butcher knife. Literally, I never seen anything like that before, but she literally had a butcher knife chasing him.
Okay.
The butcher knife, and he got
Do you know what the
stabbed.
butcher knife looked like?
Like a literal.
Where did she stab him? Outside or inside?
I don't know. I took a picture.
You, you took a picture of him?
Yeah. I didn't get a good picture, but I got a picture. Because I was just in total shock. Where's it going?
Okay, but that's him. Do you know where it happened at?
Like we were already. He was just leaking blood.
Oh, so he just came back up to you.
Yeah.
So did you guys see?
We didn't see the stabbing happen.
Did you see her running with a knife?
We saw her running with the knife.
Up and down here.
Like up and down that hall, right?
She came, actually,
When-
because he came up to the car and was like, she just stabbed me, he was bleeding, I gave him some napkins out my car. And then after I gave him napkins, we all was just sitting right here, and I was like, you good? I just want to make sure he was good before I pulled off. And literally, she came out, she ran by past my car and everything, and started chasing around the parking lot.
And we just stayed there, and she came out one more
He
time.
was okay before we pulled off.
Okay.
And then I was literally leaving, and then he was like, can you take me to the hospital?
But she didn't even acknowledge us. Like
Yeah,
she
she
was
didn't say
just
nothing to
strictly
us.
after him.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Okay, so when he's done with that, just go ahead and write down what you've seen too, okay? On separate pieces of paper. That way we can have your written statements, all right?
And after that,
Yeah, after that, once we get all that, you're good to go.
I need to write out the hospital.
Same thing, basically.
Oh, okay.
You can stand over there with your people.
The woman's initial denials and inconsistent stories ultimately led to her arrest.
All right, ma'am. Give me a second. 3 is center ready. Can you go ahead and start brown for 1? All right, ma'am. Go ahead and turn around and face away, please.
Am I able to call somebody?
Hold on, before you start talking, all right? Let me tell you what's going on before, all right? All right. So you are going to be placed under arrest for aggravated assault. Okay. Before you make any statements, I want to read you something, all right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer, have him present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. If you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights as I explained them to you?
Yes.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now? Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yeah.
Okay, just come on. What were you asking?
Can I talk to one?
Yeah, you'll be able to do that from the cab, okay? Your daughter is in the vehicle? Okay, where's your vehicle?
Right here.
Okay. Hey, Hawkins, can you stand by with the kid then? Yes, she has.
Is he getting locked up too?
I can't talk about that right now, okay? Hey, I already read her Miranda. Step over here. Do you have anything on you? Where's the... I can't ask that. So, where's Ward at?
Why are you lying to me?
Yeah, why?
Lie. I know I'm not lying.
Do I have to put on the seatbelt?
You do.
Sit back, all right?